got no clue on why PlayStation stopped my stream, which it was PlayStation and PS5 had stopped my stream. I'm guessing it was PS5 because it said send the error to PlayStation 5. And I've got no reason, I've got no clue why. I've never had my stream shut off like that before. As I was saying, my little boy passed away in 2012 of a rare condition called anencephaly. Now, anencephaly is a I'm not wrong, it's a neural tube defect between the mother and obviously the baby inside him. And I don't really want to go into detail about it, but I need to, because I need to make sort of parents aware who are looking at having children and stuff about the needs of taking your folic acid and your right vitamins and things like that, which is what the mum wasn't doing at the time. And obviously he passed away on the 2nd of September, as I was saying, before I rudely got cut off. And obviously, as I say, he passed away, and I didn't get told for 7 days. I got told on the 9th, which was a Sunday, if I'm not wrong, of September, 9th of September. But obviously, she wouldn't tell me where he was, so I could go and see him and things. And then my boss had to phone around and eventually found out where my little one was, and she obviously tried stopping me from going to see him, which I don't know why parents do things like that to other parents. But I got mentally messed up, basically, and I still mentally messed up in a way, because I don't really like talking about it, to be fair, but it needs to be, because people need to know about the condition anencephaly, which is basically, as I say, it's like a neural tube defect type thing where it's through the inside of a woman and a baby anyway, and things like that. If you look it up, you'll see I'd never heard of this condition beforehand, before it had all happened. And she used them against me. And then obviously, as I was saying, my boss had phoned around, my boss at the time. God, I appreciate him so much for doing this for me. He phoned around all the hospitals to find out which hospital my little one was at, basically. And I went. Now, anencephaly, I got asked by, obviously, I don't know what you call them, but in the chapel, basically, in the chapel of rest. I don't know what them people are called, like mortuary people or whatever they are. Now, they asked me if I knew what it was that he sadly passed away from. And obviously, after looking up online and things like that, I found out, and I didn't like the way doctors was prodding and poking like the aliens, but they're not. You know what I mean? And obviously, basically, well, my son, he was stillborn, and he was missing. Shit, this. I'm not. This is shit, this, man. He was missing part of his skull. So obviously, he had the most cutest and beautiful face ever. Absolutely ever. I've only got one photo, which is basically nobody's seen this photo other than family, and I'm not going to show it to people. It's not. It basically it was dressed like a normal baby, because obviously they couldn't let you see them things, and obviously he was missing part of his skull. His legs were twisted. Well, ankles were twisted and everything like that. This is hard. This is hard. Obviously his ankles were twisted and everything. Now eventually I got to go to the Chapel of Rest on the same day, the Monday, when my boss finally found out where he was. Now, I went on my own. I didn't want anyone to come with me. I didn't want anyone to come with me. I really didn't. But my mum eventually turned up. In a way, I'm glad she did, because my head was gone. Now, this video is technically only for adults' content. For adults, really, because of what I'm talking about. But obviously, it's hard to do a stream unless you've got 50,000 subscribers and all this bollocks. But obviously, as I say, he passed away from anencephaly. If you're an adult, you can. I'll be more than happy for you to look up the condition. And obviously, he got used against me, and my boss found out. But then his mum used his funeral and everything against me, so I wasn't able to help arrange anything, which was bad. That was bad, because I should have been able to help arrange, but no, she wouldn't allow me. And obviously my boss had found out and had gone to see him, and I still won't forget holding him. I was crying my eyes out, and obviously because I was crying my eyes out, a turd landed on his face, but there is tear ducts, and it ran down his face as though he was crying. Obviously I know he wasn't. But to me, I don't know, it's hard to explain. To me, it felt like he was crying back with me. He was crying with me. He didn't like the way I'd been treated, basically. So, as I was saying, obviously his passing got used against me, and that hurt so much. So much. So, God, it's so cold in this house. And obviously, when we found out exactly where he was, as I was saying, I'd gone to see him. I'll never forget my first holding him. The only time I ever got to hold him. For God's sake, man. So obviously, I was holding him, and as I said, I was crying, and my tear fell down and landed on his face, but where it landed, it ran down like we were crying. And I feel like in my head, it was like he was crying back with me, even though I know he wasn't. It just gets worse, to be fair. It just gets worse. I got mentally mashed in the head by her. Mentally mashed in the head by her. And obviously, she was setting up the funeral for him. Now, everything got used against me. Everything got used against me. Now, family came around about a week later, saying that his funeral was on the 16th of September. And then obviously I finally got in contact with her. It took me so long to get in contact with her. And she was saying, no, it isn't, it's not that date, it's this date, it's not that date, it's this date, who's told you it's this date? And it was like, your own family came around and told me. And She was adamant, no, no, no. It was on the 20th, which was my grand's birthday. And then, what about, must be about 4 days before his actual funeral. She wasn't letting us out. She wasn't giving us any information. My mum literally phoned around all the funeral homes and everything to find out who was dealing with the funeral. And obviously it's hard because they're not really meant to give out that information. But eventually they did. She found out who it was, which home was doing it. And she kept saying it wasn't on that date, it was on a different date. So eventually, as I say, she got hold of me about 3-4 days beforehand. Something like that. It was something like that. And said, oh yeah, it is on the 16th. Then she tried blagging me about the time, saying it was at a different time. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to a person? Do you know what I mean? I'm broke just as much as you was broke over it, but you using is passing as a weapon. Now, anybody who knows me, I react badly. I really do react. I can react very badly. And that's because of all the stuff that went on within the 5-year relationship I was in. Now, not a lot of men admit it, but I got battered by a woman. I got psychologically abused by a woman. And all our men come out about it. But I will do. I can talk about it now because, like, finally got rid of her, obviously after little and had passed away because I couldn't handle the sort of psychological torture. But as I was saying, she used his funeral and everything, the date of his funeral, the time of his funeral against me and everything. Right? And then when she did finally admit when it was, and then obviously I had to let my own family know and everything about it, because I'd only let select people come who I felt were close enough to me. Not even all my family came, do you know what I mean? It was just my brothers, my sisters, and that what came. Not auntie's uncle, they didn't come. Do you know what I didn't, because, no. And obviously I was in the chapel of rest. Not in the chapel of rest, well, yeah, in the chapel of rest at the cemetery. And she told me that I wasn't allowed to, you're not allowed to put messages and things inside, obviously, his resting place. But it turns out you could. She just lied to me. And I had to sit there through the ceremony, listening to all these family giving. I had to listen to a family coming out with bullshit. They was all in on using him as a weapon because they knew that the only way you can get to me is the children. The only way. Only way you can get to me is with the children. So obviously we had the funeral and she'd asked, now bearing in mind she'd not allowed me to have any involvement throughout the whole thing at all. All she did was just fuck me about, use him against me, and which was just sick. It was just sick and twisted. And she used him against me. And then on the day of the funeral, she decides, oh, is his dad allowed to lower him, basically? Because she wanted me to fuck it up, but I didn't. But before all that, obviously I had to listen to messages. Now, my family and my best friend who came with me, they could see. I almost put my feet through the benches at the chapel of rest and everything. I was just in sheer rage having to listen to all her family coming out with absolute shit. You know what I mean? It's like trying to say they respected him and everything. Now clearly they didn't respect him, otherwise none of them would ever have done what they did with me and used him as a weapon. But they did, and there's nothing. You know what I mean? As they say, karma will eventually come back and bite you in the ass. I don't know if karma's ever done that yet with her or her family. Now, obviously, I did have the funeral. I don't like saying that. I won't say the G word. It's basically his resting place. Now, I used to go up afterwards, and I'd go up at about 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I'd be there till like 2, 3 in the morning sometimes, just sitting there, didn't matter whether it were cold. I wasn't bothered, you know what I mean? I'd lie there, I'd sit there, I started drinking heavily, and when it came to replacing stuff at his resting place, everything always got moved. Now everyone knew how aggressive I can be. I can be very aggressive, I'll admit it, but only at certain things. And everyone kept moving stuff. Now you see, I'd have had previous offences, and they tried their best for 5 years to get me sent to jail. But the thing is, I'd always been honest with the police. I'd never lied about anything to the police. I've been upfront and honest. Granted, it does throw the police off. It does. Especially when someone's so honest. And it continued. And then whenever I put stuff at his resting place, it got removed. So I've never been able to get him a headstone off like me, basically, because it just gets moved. Now this went on for months. I ended up getting the police involved and everything because it was ripping me apart. I couldn't buy anything for him without it being moved and fucking basically thrown away and stuff. So then it came to February, March. Was it February? No, it was March. I was in court in April. So I was looking at a 2.5-year prison sentence, and basically, her mum's boyfriend thought it'd be Mr. Big and bring up my son what passed away. Now, the one thing with me, my best mate was there at the time, he turned and said the thing was, he went, you was in each other's faces, but it was the very second he brought up the little one that sadly passed. He went, and then you switch. I just basically went in with a double windmill, knocked his teeth out. Luckily, I didn't break his jaw, which I wish I did break his jaw. But then I would have got longer, you know what I mean? Because I would have got GBH, but I was looking at ABH because basically all I did was knock his teeth out. And it was worth it. I won't deny it was worth it. And within a couple of months, we had to move back out of this area and back up to Scotland because he had too many people after him. You know what I mean? I tried. I shouldn't really say this because, well, I can say this because the police asked me if I did it, and I fucking did do it. You know what I mean? It wasn't that, it was, I tried running him over because he stepped out in the road and started giving me abuse, and it's like, mate, you've messed my head up so much already, don't think I won't mount the curb and take you out. And if he didn't jump on the wall, I would have took him out. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, that was just before I knocked his teeth out. Now, it was worth it. I won't deny it was worth it. Now, the thing is, there's a lot of guys out there in the world who go through psychological torture, basically, because that's what it is. It's psychological torture. I still live with it to this day. I can't get over it. I can't get over anything. It was like, it will be 11 years ago this year, and I can't get over anything. I can't get over how I got treated or anything like that. And obviously, I've knocked his teeth out. It was worth every second. You know what I mean? Broke my hand in the process, but he technically broke my hand because he tried getting it all on camera, but it wasn't on camera because we was outside the shop on the main road. So then one that says knocked his teeth out, he ran into the shop to get it on camera. Now that's because he was a little bitch. You know what I mean? You don't bring up a person's little one that sadly passed away and not expect repercussions. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get repercussions. Everyone knows that. You will get repercussions because you're not just crossing a line, you're really fucking jumping that line. And obviously I reacted. Didn't deny it one bit. You know what I mean? And obviously he moved back to Scotland because if I ever see him down here, he won't be around for long. I can tell you that for a fact. And it's shit because I've not fully spoke about anything. I've generally, I don't even talk to family. My family know only to talk when I bring things up, because my temper comes out. Now, I've got a bad temper, and it's all because my children got used as weapons of mass destruction. Now, I've been through a lot. I've had the police sitting on me in the police cells to stop me causing injury to myself. But when your head's gone and you're that depressed, nothing can stop you. I used my head as a battering ram on the cell walls and everything. I had the best police officer ever in my life, PC Jeff Taylor. Oh, sound copper. Best copper ever. The only copper ever to hit me. And I'm glad he did. I mean, he gave me a slap because he thought I was going to spit at him. I wasn't. I was trying to turn around and call him a ball bastard. Now, the problem is like he said at the time, how can you call me a ball bastard when you got a bald head? It's like, well, I can't because I've naturally shaved mine. You're naturally bald. And obviously, as I say, everything, whatever I bought, got removed off him. I ended up having to get the police involved because they knew that I was getting pushed. I was getting pushed severely, but they couldn't do anything about it because they couldn't be proven on who was removing things what I placed at my son's resting place. Now, luckily it doesn't happen anymore, but that's more so because I don't buy anything. I don't buy anything for his resting place just because of everything what went on. And it went on for about a year of me buying stuff. It got removed, me setting up his resting place, everything got changed. You know what I mean? And it's like, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this to a person? What are you gaining out of it apart from watching a person get destroyed? Watching a person's soul basically get destroyed by the psychological torture you're doing. Now, I don't know if people will watch this. I don't know. But there's a lot of men out there who've been in the same situation or are in the same situation as what I was in at the time, which is to be mentally abused by a person who apparently loved you but didn't. Because if they loved you, they wouldn't have done what they did, would they? Know what I mean? And it's causes my trust issues with women. You see, I'm always worried that I'm going to meet another woman, which technically I did, but they ended up just getting the house raided. You know what I mean? And then the other one ended up basically sleeping with someone off TikTok. So my choice of women is shocking. Shocking. I just choose wrong. I seem to choose the ones who just want to fuck you over, who take advantage of you. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of guys out there who've been through what I've been through, or who are going through what I've been through, and I don't want that to happen because it rips you apart. It destroys every ounce of you. You know what I mean? I've never been the same. Never been the same. Do you know what I mean? And the worst thing is I've smoked weed constantly because it stops me thinking. Because the problem is, once I get inside my own head, I'm gone. My head's gone once I'm inside my own head, which is what I'm sort of doing now. I'm getting inside my own head, which isn't a good thing, but it is a good thing because I need people to be aware that men do suffer mental abuse off women. You know what I mean? Now, I got asked by the police and everything if it was like, she was violent from the very second she got pregnant with my daughter. You know what I mean? That's when I got my first ever headbutt in the face. I got my first ever kick in the bollocks. I got pinched. I got scratched. I had with my chain ripped off my neck. My sister wanted to rip her head off because of things she was saying and not expecting my sister to be there. And I've never seen my sister get the red mist, which is the best way to describe it is, I'd say severe red mist. It's not just red mist. It's on the verge of dark mist. You know what I mean? And I've never seen my sister like that. And obviously, shit, I'm trying to talk about this. because of everything I've been through. I've lost everything. 2012 was the year my soul just crumbled. It literally did crumble. My soul literally did crumble. I won't deny it. I lost everything. Literally lost everything. I lost the court battle for my other two children. What got took off her because I got classed as too aggressive over my children. Well, yeah, when you've been through everything what I've been through, you're not going to be all fucking nice and sweet, are you? Do you know what I mean? I went through 5 years of mental abuse. Do you know what I mean? And I had violence done on me, but I could never press charges against her, so I was the one who was in the neck with the black eyes, the strangulation marks, and I got asked by the police, it's like, she's done this since she's got together, and she's like, no, it was sort of about 8 months after we got together, something like that, when she actually ended up pregnant with my daughter. And obviously, as I say, I've lost everything. You know what I mean? I've lost my children. You know what I mean? I'm not going to see my children because, well, I hope I get to see my children one day because they both got adopted. They both got adopted in the same year that I lost my little boy. You know what I mean? They got adopted in technically the last time I seen my two eldest was the 4th of February 2012, and then my other son passed away on the 2nd of September 2012. So 2012 was not a year for me. It really wasn't. It's where I can't really say certain things on YouTube because it will get blocked, but I did a few stupid things to myself, and luckily someone must have been watching over me because I didn't succeed. But all I ever wanted to do was be with my little boy and be able to watch over my two what have been adopted. You know what I mean? And the hardest thing is when you lose everything, you don't have anything. You have nothing. You don't have a soul. You don't have anything. You don't have anything. After all that, I ended up leaving my job of like 5 years. I was going into my 6th year as a delivery driver. I left. I handed him a notice, even though the boss had done everything he could for me. He was there when I was in and out of the nick and everything. It's like, so asking my little brother like where I was, it's like, he got arrested, he's in the nick. Because I get arrested for 72 hours because I'm classed as a high risk, basically, on causing issues, basically, with myself. Right? Now, I can go further back. I can go further back than before my little boy sadly passed. I could actually go to my daughter's first birthday. Now, my daughter was 1 in the January in 2010. She was born in 2009. And I had her. It took me ages to be able to even have her because she always used them against me. Always. Now, it took me ages to be able to have her. And now I had my daughter on her first birthday. And then she thought she'd be able to turn up with a mum, a boyfriend, a brother and a stepbrother, thinking they'd be able to walk into my house and just take my daughter. Now, if you know anything about me, you will not be getting out of this house under any circumstances. Under any circumstances. You know what I mean? You don't do it. Now, I know there's a lot of men in the world who are going through the children being used as weapons, no matter how much love you show to the parent. They just like to use the children as weapons because they know it's the only way they can get to you psychologically. Now, that isn't a good thing, getting to someone psychologically, because you get to someone psychologically, there's a turning point. And that turning point can be very bad for some people. Now, it could have been bad. But then I had to think. Now, I got pounced on by the police and everything. Now, even the police are actually wary of me because of how temperamental and snappy I can be. Now, all I ever did was want to grow up to be a parent. All I've ever grown up to wanting to be was a parent. And then I had a little list of opportunities to be a parent. Do you know what I mean? A little list of opportunities. Sometimes I do say that I wish I didn't have my children with the person that I did have them with. I wish I had them with someone better, but who says that I would have found someone better? Do you know what I mean? Who says it? Because my choice of women, as I say, is it's horrendous. It's horrendous, my choice of women. I seem to choose the wrong ones. Or I choose the ones who can sort of see how, use your affection against you, basically. You know what I mean? They know they can get away with things. Like, the mum, she cheated on me 6-7 times, and I always went back to her, because I loved her to bits. She was my first ever full-blown true relationship I'd ever had in my life. And she knew she could cheat, and I'd always go back to her. You know what I mean? And I did, like an idiot. I did every time I went back, like an absolute moron. But love's blind. Love makes a person blind. You don't see what's in front of you. You really don't. No, I had the police, I had my family, everything trying to get me out of the relationship because of how downhill I was going. I ended up very, very depressed. I still am now. It's just I smoked weed for so long, I've sort of withheld everything within my mind, but because I've quit weed now, and I quit all the other substances, even smoking cigarettes, I'm on an e-cig now. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's not nice, but it is coming back, and there's not much I can do about it. I did get told I should see a therapist and a counsellor. It's like, what's the point? Doesn't work. The only way it works is by either talking to random strangers. Now, seeing a counsellor and things don't become strangers, did it? They're a stranger for your first 1 or 2 sessions, and then they're not a stranger no more because they started to get to know you, so they're no longer a stranger. So wank, man. Fucking wank. What I'm trying to say is, I know there's men out there who might see this video, who might not. If you've been through the psychological abuse and torture, then you'll understand where I'm coming from and what sort of, I know you'll sort of understand. But if you have, you need to speak up about it. If you're getting battered, you need to talk to the police or whatever, because you'll get pushed to your limits. Do you know what I mean? And there's only so far a person can get pushed. Only so far a person can get pushed. You know what I mean? But I just wish people wouldn't use children as weapons. They're not weapons. They're not weapons. They're living beings. Living, breathing beings, what should not be used against either parent. So you got parents out there who are getting divorced and all this bollocks, yeah? And it's like, oh, you can't see your child, oh, you can't do this. Well, no, it's not fair, is it? Because you're not just causing the mental effects on the other parent, you're causing the mental effects on the child. Do you know what I mean? So you need to... If there's any psycho people out there now who sees this and what I'm talking about, yeah, whether you're a man or a woman, yeah, stop with the psychological torture and the abuse. It doesn't help. It doesn't get you anywhere. It just destroys a person's soul, literally destroys a person's soul. As you can tell, I'm starting to get frustrated now because it shouldn't be done. It should not be done. You should never use children as a weapon. It wasn't brought in this world to be used and used and used just to destroy another person. But it happens. And they get away with it. Like me, I should have spoke up sooner. But I didn't. And I wish I did. But no. I want people to understand you need to stop with the psychological and torture and stuff like that, and the mental abuse and the physical abuse and everything, and the slander and all that. It all needs to stop, and you need to think about the child. Do you know what I mean? Don't use that child, because the child's the one who suffers more. Because they're the ones who aren't getting to see both parents and stuff. So yeah, if you're getting divorced, don't be an absolute knobhead and use your children as a weapon against the other person. Because you're not solving anything. All you're solving is your own little fucking ego and fucking shit like that. Well, you don't solve anything. You just destroy more lives and lives what shouldn't be destroyed. This is the thing. I mean, I don't trust. I find it hard to trust women because I expect the same thing to happen over and over and over and over again. Do you know what I mean? Like me, after I lost everything in 2012, I never went on to have any more kids. I refused it. No chance. No chance. Because I'm too scared to go through what I've already been through. You know what I mean? But then she went on and had another kid with someone else after losing everything, after losing her own, for her own stupidity. Having them to court for her and everything. She didn't even go to court. She didn't go to court in the 2 years to fight for her own fucking kids. I went to every single court case and still lost because of how aggressive I become over my kids. I become aggressive. I'm not asked. I won't deny it. I become aggressive over my kids. Who wouldn't? You know what I mean? What didn't help me with the court case as well is apparently I got classed as a dangerously overprotective parent because I'll protect my children by any means necessary. Now, who wouldn't do that as a parent? Who wouldn't do that as a parent? Who would not protect their kids by any means necessary? Who wouldn't? If you don't, can you call yourself a parent? Do you know what I mean? Can you call yourself a parent if you don't protect them by any means necessary? You'll go to any lengths. And I've got to put down as dangerously overprotective. But the thing is, I have got a court case, but obviously I can't. I've got to wait till obviously my kids are old enough, and then adoption aren't involved and things. Because yeah, I've got a court case. My children got took illegally under a Section 22, which is they didn't let their mother see what she was signing, and she was signing the children over to the system. Now, the woman who did that, she got removed. She got removed from the social care system. I don't know where she got put, but she got removed because she took the children illegally. Now, I only found out about this, but not long after the court case. Do you know what I mean? When I couldn't fight it anymore, everything had already fucking happened, and I couldn't fight it anymore. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't want kids' lives being messed up and messed about anymore. You know what I mean? And then I found out a couple of years later that I can sue the social care system in this country, and I will be suing the social care system in this country for illegally taking my children under a Section 22. And that Jeanette Fielding, if I ever see her, I swear to God, I swear to God, even the social care system knew that she could never go near me. No. But what do? Now I've got to wait. The last time I seen my daughter, she was a 3-year-old. My son was just turning 5. Right? Now I've not seen my little ones for 11 years. Yeah, my daughter's 14 now. She was 14 in January. Yeah. My son turns 16 in May, 4 days after my birthday. Right? And I can't do anything. Can't go to sue the care system or anything yet because I've got to wait. Because I don't want to interrupt the children. I don't want to interrupt the children's lives now. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to disrupt them when everything went wrong. But I know it frustrates me now, just because because I know there's men out there going through the similar stuff what I've been through, and I know there's men out there who've been through what I've been through, who've had the strangulations, who've been punched in the face, who've been kicked in the nuts, do you know what I mean, who've been bitten, who've been scratched, do you know what I mean, who's suffered mentally, and who are suffering mentally. Like me, I'm still suffering mentally over it. But there's no point in taking antidepressants and stuff like that, because they don't fucking work. They don't work. Antidepressants do not work. They make you worse. So I stopped taking mine. You know what I mean? Now, not everybody should do that, but I chose never to take mine again because they were just making me worse within myself. Do you know what I mean? But I want people to know that there's men and there's women out there who are suffering similar to what I've suffered through, and the other parent gets away with what they're doing. It's like how are they getting away with everything? Do you know what I mean? While you suffer. No, I best calm down on what I'm talking about, because I'm getting really fucking irritated, because at the end of the day, it hurts so bad. But if there is any guys out there who listen to this or watch this stream or whatever, yeah, I need you to understand, you're not alone. You're not alone. There is other men out there who are suffering the same issues, and it's all down to either one parent or the other. It's either the fathers using the children against the mothers, or the mothers using the children against the fathers. It all needs to fucking stop. Do you know what I mean? Children wasn't brought on this earth, or wasn't born in this earth just to be used as a weapon. They wasn't brought on this earth to be used as a weapon. It's something they wasn't used for. They're brought into the earth to live a life, to have a life, to be loved, to be cherished, to be cared for. But no, you got selfish pricks out there who don't give two fucks about it. But they need to. But at the end of the day, you ain't the one who you ain't the one who are thinking. You're the one who is getting the pleasure out of doing it. And in the end, it backfires. It really does backfire. It really does. Do you know what I mean? It will backfire. Me, I'm still waiting for karma. I'm still waiting for karma to get on them all, but it hasn't. Do you know what I mean? Well, I've been looking at 2.5 year prison sentences. You know what I mean? On one of them, they was coming out with so much bullshit that my statement with the police was the same statement I gave a year prior. Their statement changed 4 times in 1 year. 4 fucking times in 1 year. Now, that doesn't work out smartly, does it? You see, if the police can come to you a year later and your statement is the exact same statement you gave a year prior, they know full well you're talking truth, because your statement hasn't changed one fucking bit. But then when their statement changes 4 times within 1 year alone, they know who the liar is, and that's how I basically got her suspended. Do you know what I mean? Because they realised that I was speaking the truth. I didn't lie one bit. I stuck with the same statement I gave 12 months earlier, and it did not change. They went back on my statement, and the statement was the exact same statement I gave 12 months prior. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, well, we know who's lying. You know what I mean? Their statement changes 4 times, and this guy's statement is the exact same statement he gave us previously. 12 months previously, yeah? So, who's lying? Do you know what I mean? Who's lying? Do you know what I mean? A liar will not change their statement. A liar will not... Well, a liar will change their statement as many times as they can. A truthful person, their statement will be the same. You can come back to them 2 years later and the statement will be exactly the same as the statement they gave 2 years previously. No matter what you do, it'll be the same. You see, an honest person won't change the statement. An honest person will have their statement exactly the same statement what they gave in the first place. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who've gone through the same situation like me, where they've had the parent trying the best to get them sent down and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And you need to speak up. You need to speak up. You know what I mean? You need to speak up. Don't. It can't keep going on. It can't keep going on because it's not just you're just not you're not destroying one person. You're destroying more than one. I'm gonna have to stop with my rant because I'm gonna end up getting really agitated, which I'm starting to get agitated now. You know what I mean? And I just want men out there to understand you're not alone. If you're suffering at the hands of a woman, or if you're a woman suffering at the hands of a man, speak out. Speak out. Seek the help you need. Don't do what I did. Don't just let it build up and let it go on and go on and go on and go on and go on, because it affects you in the long term. Long term affects you. It's hard. It's hard. It's really fucking hard. You know what I mean? I go up to my little one's resting place 2-3 times a week. I go up. You know what I mean? Because I can't not go up. You know what I mean? But I don't. I just wish people would stop doing the mental abuse, what they do. Because as I say, you're not just affecting one person, you're affecting your own children. So if you're going through a divorce, yeah, fucking give your head a wobble, yeah, and do not use your fucking children, yeah. Let them see their other parent. You know what I mean? Let them have a father. Let them have a mother. Don't take it from them. Do not take it from them. It's what's needed. The children need both parents. Do you know what I mean? They need both parents. Us men are not just sperm donors. You know what I mean? Like I got told when we were going through court, when it was like, why am I only allowed to see the kids once a week and the mum gets to see them 4 times a week and she doesn't show up the 4 times a week? Oh, well, that's because the mother carries the children for 9 months. The mother carries the children for 9 months. That's why they have more rights over the children. There's no wonder there's fathers for justice out in this country and stuff, because they have no rights. All we are basically sperm donors. That's all we are. We're just sperm donors, and it's about time that shit changed. And it's about time, yeah. My argument, yeah, is if women want equal rights in this world, yeah, you need to fucking give dads equal rights over the children. It needs to be 50-50, not just fucking one way. Know what I mean? Equal rights should only be equal rights, yeah? Women should only get full-blown equal rights, and guys should only get full-blown equal rights when they can finally come up and say both parents get equal rights over them children. It is a 50-50. You know what I mean? You can't have a baby without the sperm. Seems you can't have a baby without the eggs. You need them both to create the baby. So how the fuck is that? The mum's like 90% because she carries the children for 9 months, the child for 9 months. How does it work? How does it work? It's not fair. It's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Fathers should get given 50-50. It should be 50-50. Not, oh, the mother's this, oh, the mother's that. At the end of the day, we're involved as well, you know. It takes 2 to tango. It doesn't take 1 to tango. It takes 2. 2 to tango. Not just 1 parent, 2. You need 2 parents. You basically need the tadpoles and the eggs. You need both. You know what I mean? You need both. So it's about time fathers got given the same rights as mothers. Not, oh, the mother carries the child for 9 months, that's why she gets all these rights. No, you can fuck right off. It takes 2 to tango, not 1. And it's about time, more so in the UK, that our UK government fucking finally realises that fathers should have 50-50. It shouldn't be, oh, because they did this. Do you know what I mean? It takes 2. It takes 2. Not 1, it takes 2. Do you know what I mean? Stop giving all the rights to the mother and make it even. Split it perfectly 50-50. If women want equal rights, and I'm not against equal rights,
But technically I sort of am, because why should women get full-blown equal rights, yeah, when fathers don't have equal rights over their children? Yeah, fathers have more, well, men have more rights over everything else in the world, which is, that's wrong. It is wrong. I won't deny that. That is wrong, right? But fathers should be given 50-50 over the children. Equal over both sides. Not just one way. No, not just one way. Equal over both sides. Because people like me end up getting fucking mentally tortured or fucked in the head because we find out we have no rights. We have no rights because we're a man. We have no rights over the children because we're a man. Well, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. And it needs to stop. Fathers should be given more rights over their children. They should be given the 50-50, not the 5 to 95. Do you know what I mean? It's wrong, and it all needs changing. Fathers and mothers need a 50-50 equal rights over the children. Women need to stop being given all the rights over the children, because as I say, it takes two to fucking tango. Not one, two. Right? But no, nothing will ever come about. It will never come about. And it just means more men have to suffer through divorces and things like that, and split ups and everything, of the mother having almost all custody over the child. It's wrong. It should be 50-50. It'd be alright if there was 8 days a week, then you could do 50-50 with 8 days a week. You could do 4 there, 4 there, do you know what I mean? And split it even. But obviously it's not like that, because there's only 7 days in a fucking week. Do you know what I mean? So obviously then you got to try and split the 7 days into half. Do you know what I mean? So it's 3.5 days. So 3 days and 12 hours each. It's not enough to be a parent, is it? It's not enough to be a parent. It really isn't enough to be a parent. But this is why I was crying in my shorts, because everything starts to flood back. Now I've quit cannabis, I quit the other substances I was taking, I even quit smoking. I did them all at once. I got told I shouldn't do that, but I did. And it's making my mind go now. So I used weed to subdue what was going on within my head. People go, oh yeah, weed causes depression. No, it doesn't. Weed actually subdues depression. I can say it does. You know what I mean? Because you don't think, you don't get inside your head as much. You know what I mean? You don't get inside your head as much. That's the thing. But it's about time both parents got given equal rights and made it fair. And as I say, yes, in a few years' time, I have basically got a case to sue the social services in this country, and I'm going to be going for the woman who took the children illegally. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I've suffered psychologically since 2012, before then, but more so since 2012, when everything completely went to shit. You know what I mean? And I've held it back for so long, but no. Fathers need equal rights for the children. It needs to stop being just one way. It needs to stop being where, oh, it's only the mother. Do you know what I mean? You're just a father. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no. It should be equal. Now I'm going to stop my rant, because as you can see, I'm getting slightly angry because it's not fair. So I'm going to stop with that rant. Because it's not fair. You know what I mean? It really is not fair. If everything could have changed, I would have done everything different. You know what I mean? I would have got rid of the mum way before everything went wrong. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even have got with her if I knew how she was going to end up turning out. But no, I did. But that's just how it goes, isn't it? You know what I mean? You love someone, you're blind, aren't you? You don't see what's in front of you. You don't see your own soul gradually being ground down into nothing. I need to start with a rant because I'm going to get really, really irritated. And it's not good me getting irritated, because if I get irritated, I'm going to end up going and being a dick, and then I'll end up getting arrested. No, I've not been arrested since 2013. I've been a good boy. Do you know what I mean? I've actually been a good boy. And it's just one of them, innit? I mean, it's not fair. It's not fair. I know if people watch this video. I've got no clue. I've got no clue if people... I know there'll be people out there who've gone through the same shit what I've been through, who are probably going through the same shit what I'm going through. Don't let it happen. Listen, if you're a guy and the mother's using the children as a weapon against you, yeah, just go to court and go and just seek about getting 50-50 custody. And then whenever they use the little one against you, it goes against them then in court. You know what I mean? They can't. It shouldn't be allowed, but it is allowed. But it needs to stop. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, as I say, it takes two to tango. They need to start giving both parents the actual 50-50 rights over the children, and stop saying, "Oh, it's because the mum carries the child for 9 months. This is it." And you know what I mean? It's like I'll never. No, I've got my children. I got my children. I know I don't see them, but I've got my children. Would I have any more? Would I fuck? Would I fuck, man? Me? I'd rather get shot into space without a spacesuit on than ever have kids with another woman again. Because I don't trust them. I don't trust that I'm not gonna go through the same shit what I've been through previously. You know what I mean? I just don't trust it. It's hard. Well, it's more so hard with me anyway, because I've had two other relationships since the kid's mum, and the house got raided off the one what was about nearly 2 years after I'd split up with a mum, and then the other one who I got with it's not during COVID, I think it was, and she ended up sleeping with a guy on TikTok. So it's like, you know what? Fuck off, man. Fuck off, man. What's the point? What's the point? You know what I mean? What is the point? You can't keep your legs closed, you know what I mean? There's no point. You know what I mean? One thing I've never ever done in my... I'll never cheat. I'll never do it. And the reason I'll never do it is, if you're with someone, you're with that person, well, why are you going out seeking someone else if you're with someone already? If they don't make you happy, just get rid of them. Just fuck them off. Just say, no, do you know what? Fuck off. I want someone who makes me happy. I want someone who makes me smile. I don't want someone who just makes me feel down all the time. Do you know what I mean? Just, no. No. Just no. Sorry, but no. So yeah, this basically ended up being a rant. Just don't use children, and finally give both parents equal rights over the children. You know what I mean? Don't give one parent more rights over them than the other parent. Do you know what I mean? It's like the only time my dad would really win anything like that with a court or anything like that to get basically full rights over the child is this: if you're a multi-millionaire and the mum isn't, you know what I mean, then the father's going to get more rights than in it, because he can do you know what I mean? It needs to be split even. It needs to be 50-50. It can't just be one way. It can't just be one way, one parent. It needs to be both parents, split equally and fairly. Do you know what I mean? And stop using your children as weapons. Stop using your child against the mother. Stop using the child against the father. And treat them how they're meant to be, which is children. Do you know what I mean? Don't treat them like they're just a piece of fucking, just a tool, because they're not. Living, breathing human beings. Don't use them. Don't use them, because in the end, karma will come back and it'll bite you so fucking hard in the ass. You'll have no arse cheeks left, because karma would have bit you so hard. You know what I mean? Karma would have ripped your eyes out and your heart so much. But it needs to stop. It really does need to stop. Just stop using. Just don't. You're not solving anything. You're not solving anything. You're hurting the child more than you are hurting the other parent, more so. I mean, yeah, granted, you're so psychologically hurting the other parent, but you're hurting that child by not allowing them to have a life with a father. Do you know what I mean? Not allowing them to have a life with a mother. Do you know what I mean? It needs to stop. And it goes for both. Fathers and mothers. Because there's plenty of dickhead fathers out there who do exactly what the mothers do and use the children as weapons of mass destruction. Do you know what I mean? But you need to stop. Because in the end, you're the one who's going to suffer. Because in the end, it's the children who are going to end up hating you in the end. Do you know what I mean? Because they'll see you through who you really are. I mean, I'm temperamental. I'm aggressive. I don't deny that. But only in certain situations. And it's always situations where it ever involves my children. Or bad-mouthing my son what passed away. You know what I mean? You don't do it. It needs to stop. Stop being complete fucking wankers. Guys, if you're listening, if there's any guys who are listening and you're going through the psychological and mental abuse, well, the mental abuse, the physical abuse, and all that, yeah, speak out. Speak out. You need to speak out. Otherwise, you're just going to end up being, I wouldn't say like me, you know what I mean? But in a way, you'll end up fucked in the head like I am, where you have trust issues. You don't want people getting close to you anymore. You put your wall up. You put your guard up. You don't want people to get close. Do you know what I mean? Because why? Because whenever you do, all they do is set out to hurt you. They set out to destroy you. No, just stop it. Just stop doing shit like that, please. Please, just stop doing shit like that. It needs to stop. It really, really fucking does. It's not fair. It's not big. You're not a fucking genius. What you are is an absolute fucking cock monkey, bellend, wankshaft, dickhead, tosser, prick, knobhead, absolute cunt. Do you know what I mean? You need to stop it. You need to stop it. Really, you need to stop it. That's the thing. Really needs to be stopped. Just, if you don't like each other and all that shit, yeah, just go through the court, settle it, and do it that way. Obviously, if you're in America, I know it's a bit harder like that, because basically the other parent will try and take you for everything what you fucking got. Do you know what I mean? But in this country, you have your child maintenance, you pay the child maintenance. Dude, it goes off like your earnings and all that, and just pay it, because then at least you're doing what you're meant to do. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's a lot of parents out there who might even watch this who are going through divorces and all that shit and all that bollocks, yeah. Yeah, granted, if you're in America, basically you get screwed over big time, because America likes to screw over fucking people. But it needs to stop, because at the end of the day, yeah, what are you solving? What are you solving? You're not just breaking one heart, you're breaking two hearts. You might even be breaking three hearts. Depends on how many children you got, do you know what I mean? If you've got two children, you're breaking the children's hearts and you're breaking the other parent's heart. Whichever parent you are, just fucking stop it. Just fucking stop it and let the children have both parents. Just let it. Do you know what I mean? Just let it. Like me. I grew up without a father. My mum's my dad. My mum will always be my dad, do you know what I mean? She brought me up. He didn't. You know what I mean? I changed my name through Deephole and got rid of his name. And then about a year later, he passed away, which I'm fucking happy about. I didn't go to the funeral. I always said, like, when my dickhead, as I say, the sperm donor prick, as I always said, when he passed away, I would never go to his funeral. I wouldn't. And I stood by my words. Because you see, my mum's my dad. She's the one who brought me up. He wanted nothing to do with us. All he'd rather do is get pissed and go to the bookies, basically, and do his fucking gambling on the horses and all that shit. You know what I mean? But just stop using your children. They're not there to be used as children. They're not there to be used as weapons. They're there to be children. They're there to be loved, cherished, and cared for. Not to just be used and used and used, because they see it. They suffer with it. You're not just making one parent suffer. You're suffering yourself as well. That's the thing. You're suffering yourself. Because you know deep down what you're doing is completely fucking wrong. But you still do it. I'm not saying it's just women. I'm saying men as well. I know men do it. You know what I mean? And it needs to stop. Because like men like me who've been through the actual violence, who would never admit to it, who, like, when the police asked, the problem with men on admitting that they've been battered by a woman is the ego and the pride. And you know what? That's true. That's true. Because what men want to admit to it, you look like a little coward, do you know what I mean? I'm not a guy, I wouldn't hit a woman, do you know what I mean? So I stood there and I took it. And she always knew that I'd stand there and take it. That's why she did it, because she knew I wouldn't react back. But that's what happens, isn't it? But then you got some people who do react back. But there's no point, because at the end of the day, as I say, it's not just one person who's suffering, it's your children what are suffering, because your own fucking selfish needs and your own selfish minds and your own prick-faced fucking wants and all this bullshit, yeah? Well, fuck off. Fuck off. Think about your children. Do you know what I mean? Fucking be an actual parent and stop using the children. They'll come to resent you. They really will come to fucking resent you, do you know what I mean? Oh, they'll resent you so fucking much. Oh, they will resent you so fucking much. And if you want your children to resent you, carry on being a prick. Carry on being a prick if you want children to resent you. That's your choice, isn't it? Your children will grow up to fucking resent you. This is the thing. Like, I hated my dickhead. I won't deny it. I fucking hated my dickhead. With a passion. You know what I mean? Similar. Yeah, I hated my dickhead with a passion, but shit happens, doesn't it? And the worst thing is I look like the prick. You know what I mean? I look like my fucking asshole. But he didn't want anything to do with any of his kids. You know what I mean? He had 4. And he didn't want anything to do with any of us. You know what I mean? Yeah, the others always seemed to go to... I mean, the others went to see him and shit. I couldn't do it. I did when I was in school, but then I stopped. Because like, why? Why? He never made the effort, so why should I make the effort? So I did. It was easier for me. It's like, he never knew that I had children. He never knew that I had children. I always said that if anyone had ever let him know that I had children, they would not be my family. Whether your brother, your sister, auntie, uncle, mother, couldn't give a fuck. You would not have been my family if you told him that I had children. As far as I know, he never knew I had children. As far as I know, he never knew I did. You know what I mean? 'Cause I never wanted him to know. Because he had no reason to. He had no rights to know. He had no reason to know. Do you know what I mean? So, one of them ones. What do you do? What do you do? Just, as I say, if you're a man, I mean, if you're a father or a mother, yeah, just listen to what I'm saying. Stop using your fucking children as weapons. 'Cause you're not solving anything. You're not just hurting One parent, you're hurting your children and you're hurting yourself in the long term. Not just one. It's not just one way. You're hurting everyone around you. You're hurting other family members. You know what I mean? Because then it's a case of, oh, well, the other aunt, their aunties and uncles can't see him and everything. You know what I mean? Well no, why is that? Why are you taking that from them? You know what I mean? It's not fair. So just stop it. Just stop being pricks, basically. Just stop being pricks. Stop using your children against each other. Yeah? There's no point in kicking shit out of each other. I mean, there's no point. Because you're not solving anything. If it's that toxic, the relationship, yeah, just fuck it off and go through courts. It's what I should have done, but I didn't. It was too late. You know what I mean? I should have gone through the courts the very time that my daughter's first birthday was coming up and I had it used against me, and then I got arrested walking onto the motorway, and then I had, I think it was 4 or 5 police jump on me to stop me walking on the motorway because I was out just fuck myself over, basically. You know what I mean? Just stop it. Just please stop it, because you're not going to get anywhere. As I say, you're just going to grow big. You're just going to have your children growing up just resenting you so fucking bad that when you're older and you're lonely and you got nothing, absolutely nothing, you'll look back and then basically that'll be karma biting you in the ass. You know what I mean? Like, listen, you fucked everything up. This is what you're gonna get now. You basically, you're gonna live a lonely life. No family members gonna want to know you. Your children aren't gonna want to know you or anything. You know what I mean? But I know nobody will listen. I know there's people out there who'll just look at this and go, listen, it's just the way it is. But you need to stop. You need to stop. I've had my eye out here. I got hit with all rings on, full blown in the face and everything. But I never pressed charges. Instead, I was the one who got arrested. For what? For standing there and taking a punch off a woman, I get arrested for it. Just stop. If you're suffering any type of mental abuse, physical abuse, or anything like that, yeah, just seek help. Seek the help you need. Don't let it go on and go on and go on, because your head will just end up absolutely fucked. Do you know what I mean? Your head will end up absolutely fucking fucked, like mine is. You'll end up with severe trust issues. I have anxiety. My anxiety comes out very bad in workplaces. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be in work when it comes to my daughter's birthday. I can't be in work when it comes to my son's birthday, and I can't be in work when it comes to the anniversary of my son's passing his birthday, basically. I can't be in work them weeks because my depression just goes down. It goes down. Right down. Where I don't give a shit about anything. I don't give a shit about if I dropped, basically. You know what I mean? You need to stop it. This is my thing. You need to stop. There's no need for psychological torture, psychological warfare. There's no need for it. Which is basically, it's going on in the world right now. Do you know what I mean? With the wars, what are going on. You need to stop, because at the end of the day, it's people what suffer. It's people around you what suffer. Just stop it. If you're in a violent relationship or an abusive relationship, yeah, seek the help you need. Go to the police. Even go to the doctors if you have to, and speak to them. Just go to someone. Don't let it keep going on. Don't let it keep going on. Don't let it go on for years. It went on for 5 years with me. 5 years before it was finally I had enough. You know what I mean? I had the police basically speaking to my mum at the time, telling her I need to get out of the relationship, and I wouldn't listen. And eventually I did. And you know what? I say it made me better. It hasn't. I just fucking subdued it with all the drugs I was taking. You know what I mean? I subdued everything with all the drugs I ended up taking. But just please, I beg you, just stop using children as weapons. let fathers actually have the rights to the children like the mothers do. It should be equal. Equal rights should be across all planes, in the workplace, everywhere. It should be everywhere. Do you know what I mean? But as I say, women should finally get full equal rights when fathers finally get equal rights over the children. When they finally get the 50-50 rights. Not the 5 to 95 rights, you know what I mean? Because you got no fucking rights as a father. And it's a joke. It's beyond a joke. I don't know what it's like in any other country. I don't know what it's like in any other country. I can't say I know what it's like in any other country. But what I can tell you in this country, in the UK, mothers have all the fucking rights. And it's not fair. And that's why in this country you have fathers for justice out there. Know what I mean? You literally have fathers for justice out there because fathers finally want the same rights as what the mothers have. Do you know what I mean? Like that when I got told, oh, the mum gets more rights because she carries them for 9 months. Right? Right? You know what I mean? It's like, it should be equal. There's many people who probably see this and go, oh, no, it shouldn't. Oh, no, dear. Like, well, listen, if you listen to the whole entire shit when it comes out, yeah, you'll see what I'm going on about. I'm not saying it's just one way. I'm not saying it's just women. I have gone on more so about women because it was the mother what fucked me over. I mean, but I know there's guys out there who do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? I know there's absolute fucking cock monkey fucking knobheads out there who do the same fucking shit. And they need to stop. They need to stop. Because resentment is not a good thing. Hatred is not a good thing. You know what I mean? It isn't a good thing. Like, I've got so much hate in... I've got so much hate in me. So much hate in me. And I can't get rid of it. It's always going to be there. I'm never going to be able to get rid of it. Well, sometimes I don't want to get rid of it because it makes me who I am today. You know what I mean? Yeah, I am moody. But I am snappy. I can be a dick at times. That's because I just can't be arsed with shit anymore. I just want it all to stop. The using and stuff like that. Children aren't weapons at the end of the day. If you're going to use your children as a weapon, don't fucking have them. Literally don't have any children. You're not worth having children if you're going to use them as a weapon. That goes for fathers. Yeah, don't use your children against the mother and shit, yeah. Because you're not, well, you don't deserve them. Same as the mother, don't use the children against the father because you don't deserve them children you've had or you're going to have. Why do you deserve them when you're going to use them as just a weapon? You don't deserve them. Children aren't weapons. They're living human beings. Living human, living, breathing, bleeding, laughing, crying, little humans. Stop it. Just stop being absolute cock monkeys. You know what I mean? Stop being absolute fucking wank shafts. And just, if you're going to split up, yeah, do it equally. Let the father have the child. Let the mother have the child. Or split it. You know what I mean? If the mother's going to drop the child off at school, then the father should be able to pick the child up from school if they're not in work. If it depends on the shift, yeah, let the father drop them off in the morning and the mum pick them up in the afternoon. Do you know what I mean? There's 5 days in a week where you can do that. You know what I mean? Just stop being knobheads. Children aren't. They're not a toy. They're not a tool. They're really not. So if you do watch this and you do listen to what I'm saying, and you are one of them people who are fucking doing exactly what I'm saying, yeah, stop it. Stop it, because it's going to fucking bite you. It's going to bite you right in the ass, mate. Karma's going to fucking come and get you. I don't know when, but karma will come and get you. And as they say, karma's a bitch. Do you know what I mean? I can't say karma's a bitch. I've not seen it. I've not seen it happen yet. I've not seen the fruition of karma coming to my aid. After everything what I've been through, I've not seen karma do what it's meant to do. Maybe that might be further in the future, you know what I mean? Maybe it's due further in the future. I don't know. I don't know when karma decides to show up and to show the face, you know what I mean? I don't know. But please, 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 I beg you, just stop it. That's all I can ask you is just stop it. If it's not working out, yeah, just split it evenly. Split the relationship up. Technically, you can't go your separate ways because you've got children together, but don't use the children. Just don't use the children as a weapon. Because it doesn't get anywhere. It just breaks hearts and it breaks souls. That's all it does. You're not solving anything. You're not solving anything. You might be solving something in your own little fucking head, but that's only at the time. So eventually, further down the line, you'll realise, oh yeah, maybe I did go a bit too far. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Well, no, because by the time you realise, it's already too late, isn't it? You've lost that person. Do you know what I mean? Just don't use children as a weapon. That's all I can say is don't stop it. Just stop it. As I say, if you're going through a divorce or whatever, yeah, don't be a fucking knobhead, right? Kids will love either parent either way. But they'll love you more if you do it equally. Do you know what I mean? They will love you more if you do it equally. Do you know what I mean? They will love you more if you do it equally. But, as I say, there's people out there who probably might watch this, I don't know, but down to you decide, innit, really? You know what I mean? What do you want in your life? Do you want your children to grow up literally hating your guts because of the way you've treated the other parent, or do you want them to grow up loving you to bits? If the dad doesn't show up and stuff, or the mother doesn't show up, then at least you've tried. Do you know what I mean? So if you do 50-50 and one parent doesn't show up for that 50% of the time, then at least the child can see that at least you've given them the opportunity to do it, and they're the ones who've thrown it away. You haven't thrown it away for them. Do you know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. People may get offended by my opinion and stuff like that, but that's 'cause you're a bitch. That's 'cause you're a bitch if you get offended by what I'm saying. But what can I say? Just stop. Don't use children as weapons. Because you're just going to fuck the other person's head up, and you're just going to fuck your children's head up. Just stop it. Stop being an absolute cock monkey, fucking fucktard, wank shaft, knob rash, dickhead, fucking cunt, fucking knobhead, fucking prick, fucking absolute shitbags, man. You know what I mean? Fucking stop it all, man. Fucking stop it all. If you're thinking about having children, yeah, make sure it's with the right person. But there again, I say that now, boy, it could be the right person at the time, but then obviously shit goes wrong further down the line. If you're going through the same shit what I did, where you're with the person and then like 5, 6, 7, 8 months down the line they start being violent and stuff towards you, yeah, then that's when you need to get rid of them, because it's not going to stop. No matter how many times they say, I'm sorry, it won't happen again, it will happen again. Just fuck them off and just do what's right for your children. Do what's right for yourself even. Not just your children, your own mentality, your own, you know what I mean? Do it right, do what's right. Stop using, just stop it. Just stop it. Please. Please, just fucking stop it. You're not solving anything. You're not solving anything one fucking bit, do you know what I mean? You're just destroying your own children's lives, your own life, and the other parents' life, as well as aunties, uncles, nanas, grandpas, on both sides, or granddads, or whatever you want to call them. Do you know what I mean? You're destroying them not just on one side, you're destroying them on both sides. You know what I mean? You're destroying on both sides. And it isn't fair. Give your head a fucking wobble. Like, give your head a wobble, yeah? Fucking, if you have to go and fucking smash your head against the wall like I used to, yeah? Give it, just fucking do it. Know what I mean? You might knock some fucking sense into yourself. Know what I mean? Just stop doing it. That's all I can say, just fucking stop doing it. Children aren't weapons. The children. The living beings. Because they're going to grow up to resent you. So you do the 50-50. If the other parent doesn't show up, so say it's like the father and it's like, right, are you seeing like your kid this weekend? And if the father says, yeah, I'll be around and I'll be coming to pick my child up to take him out or do whatever, yeah, and then they don't show up, then that child's going to find out that, oh, he didn't really give a shit about me, do you know what I mean? He didn't show up when he had the opportunity, it was there. Do you know what I mean? Do it that way. Let your child grow up to resent the other person in their own way. You know what I mean? Don't let them grow up resenting you for the way you've been towards that other parent. Let them grow up like me. I hated my dickhead because at the end of the day, he was never there for me growing up. You know what I mean? So I hated him. I don't resent my mum. She tried her best. He got rights over us, but he never bothered. You know what I mean? He never bothered. Never bothered. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. If that's the case, yeah, then they'll grow up like I did, where I hated my dickhead. You know what I mean? My mum was my dad. She brought me up. He had the opportunity to be in my life, and he chose not to. He went to court himself. And then once he got access and got sort of custody type thing, I can't remember much about my childhood, to be fair. He didn't bother. He didn't bother. You know what I mean? And then I grew up, and it's like he had the opportunities. He didn't bother. He would rather have gone to the pub, got pissed, gone to the bookies, done the bookies and all that shit. Yeah. That's what he chose. That's what he wanted his life to be around. You know what I mean? And I grew up, and I never liked the guy. Why would I? He had the opportunity to be my father. He went to court to be my father, and he gets the rights. And then don't use his rights. You know what I mean? Doesn't bother. Gets told, oh yeah, you can see your children and all this. I can't remember how many times a week it was meant to have been able to have seen us. I can't remember. I've got no clue. That's asked me more about that one. Not that I wanted to talk about it, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he was a prick. He was a prick. Is that a plane? Yeah, he was an absolute prick, but, you know, some people are cock monkeys. He was a Welsh prick at that as well. You know what I mean? He was from Wales. He was from, I'm trying to remember how it's called. It was technically Powys area and that. You know what I mean? But I don't even remember his side of the family, and I only ever seen my nana. I don't know. I think I only ever seen his mum. I think I'll ever seen her. I don't know. I know from what my mum and that said. I seen her when I was about 3-year-old or something. She lived near a farm and the backfield, and I got chased by a sheep, and I was screaming because I thought he was trying to eat me, apparently. But obviously that's what you're like when you're a kid, do you know what I mean? And obviously I didn't really see sheep, do you know what I mean? It's just, I live in England and you have to go up to the hills sort of thing, or to a farm to see the sheep. Whereas in Wales, fucking sheep are everywhere. You can't miss them, do you know what I mean? But, yeah, if you listen to this and you carry on watching my video, then I'm more than happy. I just want to get through to someone's head, at least one, maybe two people's head. Because then at least I've been successful at trying to help on getting people out of psychological and abusive relationships. I don't want people to go through what I've been through, because your head ends up fucked and you end up not trusting people. You end up not trusting people. Me, I don't trust women, but that's because of what I've gone through with women is why I don't trust them. Know what I mean? One day, who knows? One day I might meet someone where it's love at first sight again. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Because I don't feel like I should go over and talk to them because I seem to choose the wrong ones. I seem to choose the wrong ones, the ones who want to fuck your head up, the ones who want to fuck you over. If you're wondering, yeah, I have started drinking a lot more. No, I wouldn't say a lot more. Well, I would say quite a bit more. Well, not a lot, but it's Pearl Miador. Come on, it's Polish. It's a Polish honey bear. I'll show you. Look, let me get it right. Pearl Miador. Like you see the honey symbol. You see the honey there. It's a honey bear. And it's one of my favourite Polish beers. It's not too strong. It is very sweet because it's a honey bear. But man, it's a gorgeous beer. Gorgeous beer. Gorgeous, gorgeous beer, this. But as I say, I hope I help one person. If you're going through a psychological, abusive relationship, a violent relationship, whatever, yeah, get out of it. Get out of it. I'll even look at the camera right there. Get out of the relationship if it is bad. Please. Please, that's all I ask. If you're using the weapons if you're using the children against you, yeah, get your fucking ass to your solicitors, your lawyers, whatever you want to call them. Over here, it's technically a solicitor unless you're in real big shit, and then you get a lawyer. But basically, get yourself a solicitor if you're in the UK or whatever, or wherever you use a solicitor, yeah. Or if you do end up needing a lawyer and you got to go for one of your big boys, then you need big money for a lawyer. But solicitors are sort of like a lawyer. Well, they are sort of a lawyer. Well, they are a lawyer. Just name different. Just get one and fucking go to court and fight for your rights for your child, right? Leave the relationship if it's abusive, if it's violent, fucking leave it. Leave it. Right? Because it won't get you anywhere. Which then you end up fucked in the head. That's all what'll happen. You'll end up fucked in the head. You know what I mean? Just... if it can help anyone, and you're in it... If you're a woman getting battered by a man, if you're a man getting battered by a woman, if you're a woman getting abused by a man, if you're a man being abused by a woman, if you're a woman being controlled by a man, if you're a man being controlled by a woman, get rid. Or go to the police and let them sort it out. Because controlling coercive behaviour in this country now, you can get fucked for it. You didn't really get fucked for it at one stage, but you can now because it's a form of mental torture. I mean, that's what I say. But that's just my opinion. I hope someone listens to this and they actually go, listen, that guy's right, you know. I'm going through similar things and I will do that. Because at the end of the day, you're all going to lose. You'll all lose. So, what can I say? Think about your kids. Think about your kids. And think about your own mental well-being. You know what I mean? Think about your own mental well-being as well as your children's mental well-being. So I ask, if anybody actually listens to this or whatever, then I hope I help you. I really do. I really do hope I can help you. Because it's not right. It's not fair. It's selfish. It's heartbreaking. And it's mind destroying and soul destroying. Just stop. I mean, and this is why I was crying in my shorts on YouTube. You see, I've been through it. I live with it still. I've lost everything. I don't want you to lose everything as well. Know what I mean? I've lost the chance to see my son and my daughter grow up from being 3 and turning 5 to 14 and turning 16. I've missed it all. I should have done what everybody else has been saying to me, what the police has said, everything is get rid, go to court. But I loved the mum to bits, no matter how much she put me through, and I didn't want to split the family up, and in the end the family split up, and I lost. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. It really hurts a lot. I've not been able to see my children get the personalities and stuff. I'm not going to be able to see what exams my son's chosen to do this year's GCSEs. They leave school in May. June. I think it's June, isn't it? Or is it? Is it? I can't remember because I left school that long ago, and schools are just weird these days. But I miss that. I'm not going to know what my son's going to choose to do after he leaves school. I'm know what I mean? I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be able to find out what my daughter's SATs results are and things like that. I'm not going to be able to find out what my son chooses to do after he leaves school, if he's going to go to college, if he's going to go for an apprenticeship. I don't know. I don't know. I've lost the chance of truly knowing because I failed in the beginning. I should have done what everybody had told me in the first place, and that was just go to court when it all first went down. But every time I said to her that I was looking at going to court, she always said that if I ever took her to court over the kids, she was going to stop me seeing them. I got blackmailed to not fight, and I didn't want to split the family up. I want my children to both have a mother and a father, something I grew up not having. I'll ever wanted what was best for them. I suppose they are getting what's best for them now that they both got adopted. At least they're not being used as weapons as far as I know, do you know what I mean? And it's hard. It's really hard. But I really do hope that it really well. I hate it. All I've been doing is counting down years. You know what I mean? All I've been doing is counting down years. And I can't even go looking for him until my daughter's 18. You know what I mean? So I've still got another 4 years to wait. Yeah, my son will be 18 in just over 2 years. I might try then, but I don't think I'll be allowed because my daughter won't be 18 yet. And I miss him so much. So much. I know this. I know I should be doing. What? I don't know how many blocks I've got left to do. Let's have a look. I've got 8,100 to do left on that side. I've still got
well, less than 8,000 there now, because it's 100 blocks per square. And I thought I would have done all this before the tier started building. But all I've ever wanted is what's best for my kids. And I hope it turned out right. Even though it was what I never wanted, I hope it turned out right for them. Because at least I know they're not being used. I know I've lost so many years. I've lost being able to see the little personalities build up and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Don't get to see what the favourite things are growing up and things. And that hurts. That really does hurt. I miss him like crazy. I miss him like crazy. It's a thing. But there's nothing I can do about it, is there? There's nothing I can do about it other than wait. And that's if World War III doesn't kick off with the way fucking Russia are being pricks and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be able to, I don't want that shit to go down. I want to be able to see my children again. I want to be able to hold them in my arms again. I'm broken. I am broken. I'll admit it. People who know me already know that I'm broken. What are you to do? What are you to do? What do you do? You know what I mean? But I just don't want any parents out there being knobheads with each other. Think about your children. If you think it's best to part your ways, but still be 50-50. Still allow the father to see the child. Still allow the mother to see the child. You're not just hurting each other in the end. It's the child you're hurting more. I mean, but there's too many selfish bastards out there. Proper selfish people out there who don't give two fucks about themselves. What can I say? Some people just don't think. I mean, I can't deny my biggest regret is the very first time I went through the violence, I should have fucked her off and just gone for joint custody, do you know what I mean? But I didn't, because I didn't want to split the family up, and she was using the children as against me as a weapon. If I went to court, then I wasn't allowed to see them until it was sorted out through court. Everyone knows court cases can go on for ages over children. Just if you're listening to this, yeah, and you're one of them parents, and you think, you know what, I'm doing that right now, yeah, fuck off and stop doing it, yeah? Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Just stop doing it. You're not big. You're not clever. You're a fucking knobhead, is what you are. A fucking knobhead. Right? I'll stop talking now. Like, I'll just, cause I'm gonna get really angry, and I don't want to get really angry. I control my temper. Just don't be a prick. Think about your children. Just think about your children. Think about what you're doing to them. I mean, you're not just mentally abusing the other parent, you're mentally abusing the children as well, and it's not fair. So stop doing it. Pull your finger from out your fucking ass, yeah, and stop being a fucking knobhead. Seriously. Stop being an absolute fucktard of a cock monkey. You know what I mean? And allow your children to have... Just allow your children to have both parents. Whether you split up,
then just split it. Just split it. You know what I mean? If you're going to go through court, even better, because you can't go against it then, because it goes against you and it proves that how bad of a person you are. I mean, so yeah, I'd say literally go through court and do it that way. Because then, because then, if the other parent starts being a fucking cockend, yeah, and says like, oh, you're not allowed to see him and everything, you pull out your paperwork and you go, listen, this is my rights, and then if they're persistent with it, you go back to court, and then the courts will see how much of a fucking cock monkey they really are. You know what I mean? Get rid of your own fucking ego, get rid of your own fucking pride, yeah, and think about your children. As I say, if you're in a violent, abusive, fucking controlling relationship, yeah, get out of it. If you got kids, go to court. Might cost you money, but it's the best thing to do in the end, so at least the children see that you fully fought. Me, I fought and I still lost a court case. But I've got a court case what will be coming up, and I'll be suing the social services over here, and I'll be going for the woman who illegally took my children. Now, I've always said if I ever seen her, can't say. Can't say. Can't say. Really can't say if I'd ever seen a woman who illegally took mine. She got removed off the case and everything. And that's the thing. But I know social services over here would have thought I'd never have known about it. But you see, you do digging, you find out a few things. You find out things you didn't really want to know. And mine is the fact that the woman got fired for illegally taking them. But my children will find out this fully unless they end up seeing this video. My children will find out this fully when they're older. I'm not going to mention the names, but they'll find out when they're older. You know what I mean? And I might even look at suing adoption as well, because they was involved in it as well. You know what I mean? You see, what you'll find is when my children got took off their mother, right? What you'll find is no matter what country you are in, yeah, each area has the targets to meet. Now, my children got took off their mother in the October. Now, as you come into the end of your yearly targets, so if you haven't got your targets beat, you got to think of something to get around it, and that's what this woman did. She did exactly that, but really, really fucking bad idea. Bad idea. Because I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming for you. But I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting until my children are old enough. Oh, and I'm coming for you all. I've already been told by the solicitors I've got a case to sue the fuck out of them. Oh, and it'll be happening. You see, social services in the country are fucking useless. They fail drastically. There's many documentaries on it as well. They fail dramatically in this country. And I'm coming for this, and I'm going to be suing the fuck out of yous for everything. My mental well-being's gone downhill. Do you know what I mean? And I'm telling you now, I am coming for you. And I've already got a case against you. I'm just biding my time, you silly little bastards. You see, you ruined my life. Big time. I'm coming for you. And I'm coming for the system. Don't forget that. I'm coming for the system. I've got a case. I've already been told I've got a case. I just got to wait for my time. Because I don't want to go fucking about while everything's the way it is. Do you know what I mean? So I'll wait. And if I believed in religion, which I don't, because I've got common sense, do you know what I mean? I'm coming for you. And I'd say, the guy upstairs, the person upstairs, knows I'm coming for you. But there's nobody upstairs, because I'm upstairs. I'm here now, upstairs. Downstairs is downstairs, I'm upstairs. Right? There's nobody... I know this would cause some offence, but there is no higher being. I got A's in religious studies or religious education for 4 years in high school and refused to take it as an exam. And I got A's in mine. And that's because I argued the toss out of it. You see, when my religious studies, religious education teacher, I said, "Oh, God created man." No, he fucking didn't. My mum's eggs, my dad's jizz created me. With nothing to do with any of that shit, you know what I mean? And nothing to do with any of that shit. It's the fact they got, had a bit of a squishy time and all that shit, you know what I mean? There was no higher anything. There was no religion or religious shit involved in it. It was two people getting down and dirty. That's what it was. And I argued the fuck out of religious studies. I got A's. I got A's from year 7, year 8, year 9, and year 10. And I got asked for taking as my exams in year 11, and he was like, no, because it's the only lesson I would have got an A in throughout high school, in my GCSEs. It was the only one I would have got an A in. Because I got E's and F's and everything else, so I couldn't be asked. And it's like, well, why don't you? Because why do I want to do it? I don't believe in that shit. Yeah, but you got A's for the past 4 years. Well, yeah, so why do I want to do it as a fucking GCSEs? Because it's the only thing I'll get an A in. I mean, I don't give a fuck about that shit, do you know what I mean? I don't believe in that bollocks. I got fucking common sense. You know what I mean? Fucking common sense, mate. Yeah, there is some people out there who will probably get offended by it, but sorry if I offend you, but that's just my opinion, and there is a few fucking little weirdo snowflakes who probably think, you shouldn't say that. Well, I can say that, and I have said that. Because at the end of the day, if you got an issue with it, that's your own issue, innit? You believe in what you want to believe in, I'll know what I don't believe in, and I know I don't believe in that shit. You know what I mean? I know I don't believe in that shit. So you can believe in what you want to believe in. If you want to believe in religion, you believe in religion. It's just I've got common sense. But hey, woohoo! That's how shit goes, isn't it? Now I need a wee. So, as I was saying, that's my rant over. That's about me. That's about parts of my life. That's me done with the psychological and shit what went on with me. You know what I mean? It's like, it don't need to be known anymore, does it? I mean, I've said what I've said. I hope there is people out there who've probably come across this. Who if you're going through it, get out of the relationship. Think about your children. And go to court. I'm going to start a new stream. Thank you anyway. Thank you very much.